Dark Souls, a name that echoes through the gaming world like a legend. A revered title that demands the utmost respect and reverence. For more than a decade, it's been the gold standard of difficulty and the benchmark by which all other games have been measured. How many times have you heard somebody say that this is the Dark Souls of that? Or that this is just Dark Souls with guns? Or perhaps that this is the Dark Souls of giving me diarrhea. We've all been there, comparing every insurmountable challenge or bowel movement to the possible challenges that we may be facing in the world of Dark Souls. After hearing about the game for various years in various different ways, whether it was through memes, personal experiences, or just through friends, I finally decided to dive into it head first. Now, I'm no rookie to the world of gaming. I'm no noob, alright? You're looking at the guy who cleared the treacherous pitch-black rock tunnel from Pokemon Gen 1 with nothing but the power of sheer determination, combined with the complete ignorance that there existed the HM Flash. I've also attained the prestigious rank of gold in just about every single competitive online game that I've played. Wait, that's actually not that good. Can we cut that part out? But even me, with my God gamer experience, my years of challenges overcome, and my time spent in all of these different worlds, couldn't prepare me for the absolute beatdown that I was about to receive from the world of Dark Souls. Oh, stop! Please, leave me alone! So picture this. Me, a god gamer, of course, I've mentioned that earlier, armed with nothing but curiosity, a controller, and my favorite body pillow. The first step in was brutal, yet strangely exhilarating. As time went on and the hours turned into days, the days to weeks, and the weeks to months. Yes, I took a very long time to complete this game. Frustration collided with absolute euphoria, creating an experience that I absolutely hated, pissed me off, and made me want to quit, combined with the absolutely unexplainable urge to keep playing as much as I could. I seriously couldn't put this thing down. It was really fun. After finally defeating the last boss and making the decision to bring about another age of darkness in the world of Lordran, which is the best ending, by the way, fuck linking the fire, I was left in awe as the credits streamed down the black screen and finally ended. I was left staring at my own slack-jawed reflection, not knowing quite what to do. So I hurriedly grabbed my notepad while the taste of victory was still fresh. I quickly jotted down what notes I could, what certain things I thought made the game special in that moment right after completing it. After reviewing and coming up with a couple of different iterations, I've finally been able to form it into actual coherent human thought, which I'm going to share with you now. So grab your Estus flask, sharpen your sword, and polish your catalyst if you're some kind of weird little magic-using goblin who likes to play the game on easy mode, and let's delve into Lordran together. One of the biggest things that I was left with after completing this game was a newfound appreciation and enjoyment for games that are designed and curated with a tight player experience in mind. Now, what do I mean by that exactly? So I'm talking about games that just get right to it and cut out all the fat. Games that are just fun from the get-go without any bloat, without any chores, without any extra things standing in the way between you and having a good time immediately. Games that don't feel the need to pad out the experience just to extend the playtime and have no problem dropping you right into the core of the experience. Dark Souls doesn't waste any time throwing you right into the deep end with really nothing to hold your hand. All you're given is a broken sword, some Sunny D, and then sent on your way to get body slammed 20 to 30 times by this fat bastard until you realize you can actually just go around him and walk through this door over here. You're just kind of expected to figure it out and fight your way through the beginning area to eventually get to a point where you can kill this boss and move on to the rest of the game. There's no
"it gets good after 25 hours"
or collect 30 dingleberries from 40 bear asses in this game. And I'm not knocking the dingleberry bear ass collection type quests, okay? We all love those. Dark Souls doesn't drown you in a massive open world to spend 200 hours in walking around to collect herbs, bugs, and cigarette butts. Now, what it does have is an intentional set of deliberately well-connected zones that each have their own unique theme, challenges, items, enemies, weapons, and overall vibe, all perfectly wrapped up into nice, neat packages. Except for this place, Lost Izalith, also known as the land of orange dragon asses, totally sucked ass and I hated every second of my time here. Particularly this boss over here. What the fuck is this thing and why is it so annoying? I hated fighting it and I wanted to quit the game. Okay, I know this guy was actually really easy, but it still pissed me off because the whole time I felt like I was just fighting against my own camera and not against the boss at all. Fuck this thing. Okay, this one was pretty lame too. Wasn't really a fan. You know what? Fuck this place. We're done. Throw it away. Set it on fire. Fuck it. Now, despite its focused approach, Dark Souls never sacrifices depth. From the towering spires of Anor Londo to the treacherous depths of Blighttown, each and every area of the game is imbued with a rich narrative and intricate detail. The game's deliberate level design doesn't just guide players, it immerses them in a world teeming with lore, challenges, and secrets at every corner. Even in its streamlined structure, Dark Souls embraces complexity, ensuring that every encounter, every item, and every environment has both meaning and weight to it. Shout out to Smo, this motherfucker's got plenty of weight to him. The brilliance of Dark Souls lies not only in its impressively crafted zones, where exploration leads to things like secrets, items, or even ingenious shortcuts that lead back to the central hub, Firelink Shrine, but in its unmatched sense of both pacing and progression. In my humble opinion, no game that I've ever played has been able to match that sense of seamless connection combined with a deeply satisfying sense of advancement that Dark Souls does. Each area of the game presents you with a new set of challenges that you need to methodically cut your way through, or use magic your way through if you like to play on easy mode, in order to reach that next bonfire, fog gate, or that next boss fight that you end up dying 20, 30, 50 times to. I swear I didn't die to this guy 30 times in one night and then quit the game, okay? That was somebody who looked like me. So you end up rage quitting and defaulting back to playing League of Legends for the rest of the week, which of course sends you into a downward spiral, negatively affecting your mental health even worse than it was before.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine. You just...
Now, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not usually the type of person to really care at all about lore in a video game, but I'm not too proud to admit that after playing this game, I spent way too many sleepless nights hunched over my computer chair like a goblin, reading through the Dark Souls wiki while watching Vati videos on my second monitor, scrolling to find whatever I could about the Dark Souls lore and little breadcrumbs about the history of Lordran. And for all of you who are wondering, Knight Artorias' favorite Powerpuff Girl is Blossom, and his favorite breakfast cereal is Fruity Pebbles. Thank you, Vati Video. But seriously though, this game has some deep lore, and it's so easy to miss, but that's intentional. It's meant to be that way. I knew I wasn't stupid. All you have to do is read the item descriptions. God. There's no hour-long movie-style cutscenes in Dark Souls 1. The game masterfully crafts its immersive world building through clever use of things like item descriptions, enigmatic character dialogue, and very well done environmental storytelling. Okay, but real quick, that one cutscene, who could forget this banger?
Be gone with you. You spoil my focus.
Who the fuck was that guy, by the way? Each item in the game, from weapons to consumables, are accompanied by detailed descriptions which offer hints around the game's cryptic lore, encouraging players to carefully read and analyze every single one for any additional hints or insights. Ah yes, I see. This helm was worn by the Sewage Knights of Blighttown. Ugh. The game's environments are all meticulously designed, filled with subtle visual cues and placements of objects that tell stories around ancient battles, lost civilizations, and tragic events. These settings aren't just backdrops, but integral parts to the narrative, enhancing the player's understanding of the game's history while also explaining the forces that shaped its world. The mysterious and enigmatic characters that players will encounter in the world provide shreds of dialogue that are oftentimes filled with ambiguity, which invites players to speculate about the game's deeper mysteries, story, or just wonder what the hell they were talking about. Ah yes, finally a bonfire. Let me warm myself up. Oh, hey, what's up? How's it going?
You really are fond of chatting with me, aren't you? If I didn't know better. I think you had feelings for me.
When it comes to explaining Lordran and what the hell is actually going on here, Dark Souls respects the intelligence of its players. It lays out an absolute smorgasbord? It's a lot of breadcrumbs for you to pick up and start connecting the dots for yourself. All it takes is a little bit of extra effort for you to go from a level 1 knowledgeless grunt to a level 100 lore master mob boss. But don't get me wrong, you're still gonna have to watch a lot of Vati videos on YouTube because some of this stuff is just so confusing, but it's great. Possibly one of the most frustrating things about Dark Souls 1 that I had to learn through trial and error was the fact that it uses the player dying over and over and over again as a teaching moment to help the player get good. Now, what do I mean by that exactly? So, Dark Souls uses death as a teacher in ways that few other games are able to achieve. Rather than just simply punishing players for their mistakes, in Dark Souls 1, death is an essential part of the learning opportunity, teaching skills like patience, precision, and adaptability, pushing players to overcome increasingly difficult challenges through trial and error and perseverance. Each and every death that the player experiences becomes a valuable lesson, uncovering things like enemy patterns, hidden traps, and of course the importance of timing. And some extra special deaths become holes in the drywall next to your computer. This unforgiving approach, while discouraging to some players, for others actually empowers them with the grit to push through, helping them to, over time, develop the skills that they need to confidently navigate the world of Lordran and its many challenges. Ideally, with each death, players will grow more resilient, skillful, and determined, honing their abilities until they're able to overcome even the most daunting bosses and challenges. Dark Souls refuses to hold the player's hand, but what it does do is equip them with the tools that they need to emerge triumphant in the face of adversity, making the ultimate victory that much more sweet and rewarding. In my experience with the world of Dark Souls, I uncovered more than just a game. I uncovered actual life lessons etched within its lore, challenges, and themes. Dark Souls' curated and tight design taught me the beauty of simplicity and focus, stripping away the unnecessary and leaving the pure essence of challenge. A reminder that focusing on the here and now and our current challenges will most often yield the sweetest reward. Dark Souls' approach to indirect storytelling in the way that the lore is presented reveals the power of curiosity and exploration outside of the game as well. A nice reminder that life is filled with hidden stories, waiting for those who are just willing to dive a little bit deeper and put in that extra effort, reminding us of the importance to look beyond the surface, uncovering something awesome that we may have not noticed before. Additionally, Dark Souls' approach to relentless difficulty taught me the importance of resilience and the art of embracing failure. Each defeat wasn't just a setback, but a stepping stone, a chance to learn, adapt, and come back even stronger. Dark Souls, with its brutal yet fair approach, has a way of reflecting life's struggles and victories. It taught me that, just like in Lordran, where every death is a chance to get good, setbacks in life can also be an opportunity to get good, coming back stronger and wiser than before. In the end, Dark Souls isn't just a game. It's a journey, a lesson, and an unforgettable experience. It challenges us to embrace difficulty, seek the hidden stories, and learn from our failures. It's a reminder that perseverance and growth come from facing our toughest obstacles head on. So, fellow adventurers, as you face your own challenges, whether they're in-game or out, remember the lessons of Dark Souls. Simplify, explore, and embrace the journey, because in the face of adversity is where we find our true strength. It's also where we find drywall holes. Hey guys, if you made it this far, first of all, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I really enjoyed making this video. So if you like this type of content and hope to see more, it would be really awesome if you could hit the sub button for me. And also go ahead and leave a comment down below. Curious to hear what everybody's favorite Souls game is and how many of you actually like Dark Souls 2. Anyways, see you guys in the next one. Peace.